it is 9 p.m. In Djibouti. Welcome to our newsroom, and for tonight's headlines we have concerning the class back in the middle schools and the high schools in the regions of interior. For the international scene, USA, Hurricane Florence has touched earth in North Carolina. Welcome to our newsroom. Like the rest of the countries, the new school years 2018-2019 took place on Thursday, September 30, 2018, in very good conditions in the schools, high schools of the region of Dakhel. In total, about 1,582 pupils distributed in the 5 high schools of the general education and 1 technical high school in the Dakhel areas returned to the classroom through the Dakhel region. As usual, the local authorities, including the prefect of the Dakhel, Mr. Mohammed Sheikh Hassan, and the president of the regional council, Mr. Abdurrahman Yunus Ari, led by newly appointed inspectors to know Mr. Mohammed Aden Gele, have toured the general and technical schools of the country seat in order to supervise the successful start of the new school year. As in all the Republic, the 13th of September, 18 coincidences with the return to school, and as in all high school students of Obok numbered 309 pupils have taken the path of school. They were welcomed by the headmasters of the high school, Mr. Umar Qasim, by the administrative staffs and the teachers. A strong delegation is headed by the prefect, Mr. Hassan Dabali, composed of the president of the regional council, Mr. Mohammed Hamid Ismail, and the regional head of the department, honored with their visit this colorful autumn. Like the rest of the countries, they started the school years 2018-2019 took place Thursday, September 30, 2018. It is in total the high schools of the authorities of Tajara, the article composed in particular of the acting prefect, Mr. Habib Jilani, and the president of the regional council, Mr. Omar Hussein, led by inspectors of assigned to know Mr. Farah, conducted tours in the high school and the technical high school of Tajara. Within the framework of the 2018-2019 school, highlighting the students of the high school across the school, highlighting the schools of professional education in the Ali Sabih region have reached the schools road early. More than 900 pupils of the high schools in the city of Asajok have repeated their classes Thursday morning. Thus, the responsible for the establishment and teachers were present to host the students. The prefect of the region, Mr. Mohammed Wabil Asowi, accompanied by the new inspectors of the national education, Mr. Ahmed Hamadou Ibrahim, have performed an inspection towers in the main establishment of the city of Ali Sabih to carry out personally the good progress of this school. On the arrivals of delegations has been welcomed by the president of the Ali Sabih schools, Mr. Ahmed Abdul Qadir Aki, and the teachers of subject in the concerning the National Commissions for the Human Rights conducted by its president, Mr. Saleban Omar Udin, is to be done today, Thursday, September 30, 2018, a visit of the Brigade 6 and 7 on the process of police the streets around this month. The commission is to visit first the Brigade 6 and 7 has been welcomed to the brigade by the lieutenant commanders of the unit company Djibouti, Mr. Yusuf Ahmed Yusuf, and the commanders of the brigade, Mr. Usman Umar Migil. The CNDH commission has been joined with the brigade responsible for investigating the hate of the detainees and visiting the detailed cell within the brigade. Then the delegations of the CNDH committee has been delivered the 3 arrondissement that were received by the religious Sir Usman Elmi, head of the services of the 3 arrondissement. The delegations were composed of the president of the CNDH, Mr. Saliban Omar Udin, the vice president Suad Qasim Mohammed, and the Secretary General Mr. Jibril Usman Hufane. The commissioners Mr. Jibril Ismail Sher and Fathi Abdullah Dahirs has the reporters made Muhammad Farah Khardon and the farmer Salah Said Duale. The commissioners have inspected the different records and has been represented during the visit the conditions for detentions and treatment of the prevention. It is in accordance with the Article 11 of Law number 659 of 2 July 2014 determines the organization and operation of the National Commission for Human Rights carry out a visit the centers of detention several times in the year. The Djibouti Red Crescent celebrate World First Aid Day this year under the themes "You do not need a license to save lives," but every year about 1 million road users die and 50 million others are injured. Often severely, road accidents are one of the leading causes of death in the world. By improving the care provided to the victims of road accidents, we could significantly reduce this number. As everyone knows, unless first aid is quickly provided, many of those seriously injured in a car accident to not survive. The applications of first aid techniques, including placing the victim in the right position before help arrives, can mean the difference between the life and death. The purpose of the first aid training is to ascertain the knowledge and skills of the general public, including driver, passengers, and pedestrians, so that all are able to provide immediate assistance and thereby save lives. On this occasion, the Djibouti Red Crescent organizes a first aid training workshop on road safety for the benefit of the volunteers for the different neighborhoods of the city center, District 1, 2, 7, and 7 by and Arhiba, to raise awareness road users, whether as pedestrians and cyclists, motorcyclists and drivers and passengers. At the end of the training, 24 people were trained as part of the first aid trainings on road safety. The Djibouti Red Crescent insisted on training people in the first aid. For more details, listen to the interviews of the responsible for understanding the functions of the journey. As part of the South-South cooperation is concerning the delegations from Mayotte interested in Djibouti, after Ali Sabih, the Mayotte departmental delegations went to Tajora region Wednesday, where it was greeted by the notables and the great group of the young people in traditional dresses. The young group present a folk dance performance on the occasion of the arrival of the delegation of Mayotte in the white city of folk dances. Subsequently, she had a walking meeting with the regional council of Tajora in the presence of the president, Mr. Omar Hussein, and the elected, followed by a field visit including the poor infrastructures of the northern region. The member of the delegation is led by Mr. Ahmed Atoumani Dushani from the Mayotte Island Department Council, were composed of a technician from the Cooperation Directorate, a technician from the Agriculture Directorate, and others, another specialist in culture. The visitors spoke at length with the elected representative of Regional Council and Port Directors of Tajora, and also different officials. These displacements of the members of the Council of the Department of Mayotte falls within the framework of the decentralized cooperation. The chief of the visitor explained to his interlocutor to his experiment of the president of the Council of his island. The talks of the two parties focused on the possible area to exchange their respective experience in the fields of culture and sport. The head of the delegation of Mayotte, Mr. Ahmed Atoumani, thanked the people of Tajura for the warm welcome. And we have the regret to announce you the deaths of the late Mr. Ismail Douali Aden on September 11, 2018 in Djibouti. The deceased pensioners left behind him 2 widows and a large family. We pray to God to receive it in his eternal paradise. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. And concerning the international scene, in Kenya, President cuts 15% of the controversial taxes on petroleum products. Listen to the report.
Kenya President Uhuru Kenyatta has proposed lowering the value-added tax VAT on petroleum products from 16 to 8%. This after the President on Tuesday failed to sign the finance bill, which had sought to postpone the 16% VAT on petroleum products for a further 2 years. But in address to the nation on Friday, the head of state noted that the whole decision will have to be made to support the country's aggressive economic outlook. Kenyans have since the start of bond protest the increased fuel price, citing pressure from the increasing cost of living. The cost of most basic commodities as well as transport has gone up since the 60% VAT was imposed in September 1. President Kenyatta said he had proposed a wave of changes to the finance bill, amongst them the halving the VAT on petroleum products. The president noted that Kenya still faces caves in financing, adding that the massive budget cuts and austerity measures will be implemented.
And in Burkina Faso, the return of the crisis of October 1st is announced under high tension in the eastern region, where, according to a confidential note of a police chief, listen to this report.
Teachers at hundreds of schools in northern Burkina Faso recently closed their doors after a school director was murdered and others were threatened by suspected armed jihadists. However, the observers team spoke with one teacher who refused to be intimidated and is continuing to teach albeit outside the classroom. In late January, army men visited several schools in some provinces located in the Sahel region. They told the teenagers to abandon the current curriculum, start teaching courses in Arabic and instruct students on the Quran. The army men also told female teenagers to start wearing the sabai or face consequences and then headed to the Malian border. Terrified by the threats, some teenagers fled immediately and many schools closed.
8 months of rain in just 2 days. That was awaiting the United States, the state of North Carolina, where Hurricane Florence is due to arrive this Friday. For more details, listen to this report.
Hurricane Florence crashed into Carolina. Hurricane Florence crashed into Carolina as a giant, slow-moving storm on Friday, threatening catastrophic flooding while leaving scores in need of rescue from rising water and hundreds of thousands without power. The center of hurricane's aid came ashore at about 715 ADT near Redfield Beach, close to Wilmington, North Carolina, with a sustained wind of 150 kilometers per hour. The National Hurricane Center. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper said Florence was set to cover almost all of the state in several feet of water. National Weather Service forecaster Brandon Luculler predicted Florence will drop up to 8 months of rain in 2 or 3 days.
This is it for tonight's news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.